Hello and welcome to the Stamping Society's October tutorial bundle. This month we are creating small treats and I've chosen to decorate one of these stars treat bags. I've just got this little wreath and a little tag and one of these little texture elements and some ribbon for handles. So to start, what I've done is created the wreath and I've just drawn a circle on a scrap bit of paper. And I've used the actual container that the wee elements came in, and I've just drawn around that. And then what I'm doing is just popping the silicone mat on top, and I've popped a bit of glue there. I'll be using that. And then to save you watching me painstakingly die cut these, I've die cut these leaf pieces, and I'll show you all the dies that I've used. These are from the Flowers of Home dies, so I've got those 5 dies here, and I've just cut them twice. So what I'm going to do is just pop these around that so you can see the circle sort of coming through. I'm just going to pop those sort of there, and then I'm going to just get this. That's just going to reach, so I'm just going to pop a bit of glue on each end of that and then just tuck it on top of there. Try not to stick to it. And then I'll do that with the other piece. It's exactly the same. Just pop that on there. And then I'm just going to keep on layering these up to build the wreath up. You could use glue dots, or there's probably another way of getting it adhered together. But I think this works reasonably well. Just layer that sort of over the joins and just to build it up a little bit. You could make it fuller than I have if you want. And just a couple more to go. But I think that's probably enough, and if you were doing quite a few of these treat bags, probably this would be enough. And lastly, this one here, just tuck that on there. And I'm just going to leave that on there for a few minutes just to let that glue dry. Then I'm going to create the tag. Now to do that, I've got, I don't need that. Firstly, I've got some crumb cake, and I've got the smallest tag from the trio of tags. And I'm just going to run that through because I want to make it shorter. So I'm just going to pop that on there and run that straight through. And just work out how small I want to make it. I'll just use that, but if you'd had stamped on it, that would give you an idea. So about there I want it to finish, so I'm just going to tuck that on top of that, about that spot, and then if you turn it over that way and lay it on there, then you can see where you want it to go. And then I'm just going to pop that over that end piece and then just run it through, and it will just make it shorter, or clunk a little bit. Yes. So you can see it's made it shorter. So that works really well when you do want to make something to a particular size. And then I've got this Season's Greeting, excuse me, from the Penguin Palace stamp set. And I'm just going to stamp that a memento. And because it's a photopolymer, it's easy to see where I want that to go. Just going to, see, I might have over inked that. Just getting a bit carried away. and stamp that in there. Then I'm going to create the holes in here. And you just want to make sure you don't get this caught up in it. I have got an old punch from Stampin' Up, but you could use any punch or just poke some holes through. And just want to measure, and measuring's quite a good idea. I do tend to not measure sometimes. So it's about 2 centimeters from the side, 2 centimeters from this side, so just have to avoid the little star hole, and then down about 1.5 centimeters, so it's going to be about there, about that spot there, and 1.5 will avoid those stars. And then what I did was I just pushed that out and lined up the sides, and then just went in and popped that hole through both of those. I mean, it probably wouldn't matter if it did go through that, but it just looks a bit better. And then the same, just lining that up, popping that in there. And I just need to rub out where I've made those extra little marks, although they won't be seen because they will be hidden by the ribbon. Then I want to get my ribbon, and I did have a note here somewhere. Oh, that's right, here it is. Angela Meiritz-Reid, I saw a video that she'd done, and this is what she did on her video. I thought this was a great idea for making sure your ribbon, if you pop it through the hole, which is a little bit tricky because they are kind of small holes, but if you just tie a knot there, and then sometimes it pulls through, and that's really annoying, or you have to do double knots or tape it down. She did this idea, and I thought this was brilliant. Popped it here and just tied one knot like that, and tied it, so you know that it's not going to come through, and you can just trim those little end bits off so it looks a little bit neater. And then so that's one piece there. Another thing she did, which I also thought was a fabulous idea, with the glue dots, just pop one just up onto the bag, another one on this side, and then when you press that up there, your handle's going to stay sitting up, because they often just flop down, which is kind of annoying. I thought that those were two really great ideas. So I'll just do this side here. Then what I did too was I just alternated the side where the knots were. So that side is that knot, and this side the knot on this side, just to make sure it wasn't too bulky. Tie that. End, and then just trim those scrappy bits. So, and just needed my glue dots on each of those. Tuck that in there. Hope you can see that all right. And then just pop that up. And presto. So that's that wee job done, and then hopefully this will be, see, it just doesn't, oh, it is not quite dry, that's right, but it just pulls off that silica matte, which is brilliant. And then I just adhered that with a bit more glue. You could use dimensionals if you wanted, I just tuck that right up into that piece there. And then this I actually just pop that on. I might just use a couple of, use some dimensionals. I didn't on the other one, I just laid it flat, but I think a dimensional. And I didn't worry about tying everything through because I'm just going to lie it on top. You could tie it through, but sometimes it's can be a little bit fiddly trying to get things in the right place. So what I did is just tear that on, and then with this, it's got a piece of linen thread tied, just knotted it. Let's see, put that onto there, tied a bow. Oops. Be careful, don't do what I do, they're a bit fragile, those little pieces. I've got that very even, I have to trim it down, but and then what I've done with that is just glued that straight, see, fingers and thumbs today. Glue that straight over there, so you don't really, nobody's going to notice that it's not being tied through, unless they start dissecting it, which hopefully they're not going to do. It can just sit on there in just a little bit of time, and that will be dry. And so that is my project. So pretty quick and simple, but super cute, and I think anyone would be happy to receive a little gift like that, especially if it's full of chocolates. So thanks very much for watching, and all the measurements for all the bits of pieces that you need, the ribbon and the DSP, are in the tutorial. Thanks again, bye for now.